Hi, Annabelle. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good. Working hard on the end of the year.
I bet you are.
It's that time of the year for all of us.
Well, you've done a very good job.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're not quite done. I sent everybody a list of things that Sue had sent me that we could work on to finish out the year. Did everybody get the? No, yes. Nope, you didn't get an email? I'll resend it, I guess. There was an email, Sue Alverson, who's the head of the home that we'll be talking with tonight. She sent me a list of 3 things that they could use help on running into the end of the year. And I don't really see any reason that we need to stop. The National Home is a little bit different than some of the other programs, but they're still in need of things for the computer lab, making sure all of the homes have the network systems in it and that kind of stuff. General funding is always a need. And I forgot the 3rd one that she told me, but she'll tell us when she gets on. There she is. Hey, Sue.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, just running. How are you doing?
I'm good. Lisa, can you hear me? Your mic's closed. Your mic's off.
I can hear you.
Okay, did I see that you're going to be the Buddy Poppy National Home Chair Ambassador next year?
I am.
Well, congratulations to you. I will be more than happy to help you in any way that I can. All you have to do is reach out.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome. You'll both be getting an invitation from Mike or Lynn Bloomer to join us at the workshop in Kansas, or where are we going, guys? Phoenix. Yeah, to join us at the workshop so we can introduce both of you. So hopefully that'll work. I believe it's Wednesday at 2:00, but you'll get an official invite.
Okay. I'll look for that.
Yeah, perfect.
Are you going to be at the in Phoenix, Lisa? Mic's off. I don't know whether she can hear me or not.
We can touch base a little bit.
Yes, I am. I get a lot of feedback when I put my speaker on.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you out in Phoenix, and make sure that gets confusing, but make sure you come up and say hello so we can share notes.
perfect. Speaking of that, we were talking today. This is just a little side business here, or side talk. Just about the summer months. I think we're good to have a meeting, Kathy, a Zoom in May, but it cannot be the 3rd Thursday because that's our junior vice. But I confirmed the 25th would work. And I think what I'll try to do is go live from our tribute park at the National Home and explain how that was set up, explain the Amy Ross Endowment Fund and how that works. And
That's
then,
great.
so that's what we're thinking for May. Now, June, I think there's too many state conferences. I got a bunch of replies today that people couldn't make this meeting. So what are your thoughts on nothing in June? Of course, July, we're going to be at convention. August is summer, and then Lisa will start back up in September. Does that make sense to you two?
That works fine for me.
Okay.
The state chairman will be winding down by the end of May, 1st of June, because once the states are installed, officers are installed, the state officers will start cranking up and planning what they want to do, because most of them will have their school of instruction coming right up. So we'll probably be done. May will probably be the last time we could meet.
Okay, so that makes sense. So, and then we're gonna we'll do September, October, November, nothing in December, then January, February, March, April, May, and we'll kind of keep that schedule. I think that'll work good. So good. I wanted to run that by you guys. Okay, so we're hoping they're going to be able to go live from the farm today. That's our goal.
Really?
Angie and a couple of her staff are down there. So at 6:30, hopefully, oh, there's a pig.
Good.
Yeah, we can see you, Ange. That's funny that she popped
Okay, I
in.
just wanted to
Sue?
test that.
Sue, what did you say for June?
We're not gonna do one in June because there's so many state conferences and meetings. Yeah.
Okay, I
So
didn't catch.
May will be it for this year. And
Okay,
then,
super.
then we'll start back in September. But you know, there'll be communications. I'll be communicating with Lisa and we'll go from there. And I'm always open for ideas too, because I probably will kind of start over because Lisa will have her own group, right? Most of, some will change, some won't. Of course, everyone, it won't be exactly the same anyway, but we want to do some training. We thought in May, after I do the tribute park, we might do the web store because we've got some new stock and we thought that might be a good thing to share. And that's stuff that we can send you the link to it and then you folks can share it, with your circle. So
Yeah.
that's kind of, but it's going to be May 25th. Does that work for you, Kathy?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. How's your husband?
He's doing much better, learning to walk 15 minutes at a time.
Awesome.
So
That's
he's
good,
doing
though.
better. For
Good.
those that don't know, my husband had an aortic valve replacement last week. So, but he's doing much better.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. I'm glad we talked about that schedule. That's good. What else? Is there anything you'd like to chat about, Kathy?
Well, I just was trying to remember what the third thing was. I remember the computer fund.
Oh,
the general
that I
fund,
sent you,
the general
where
fund, the
needed
computer fund,
most or operating or general fund. It's all the same account. I think I had somebody email me and said they wanted to give to where needed most, but wanted to make sure that was general operating. So we've used different words over the years. So all of those mean the same thing. And then it's technology and then family support services.
That was it, family support services.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to
And if
remember.
you, like general fund is it's unrestricted. That means that we can spend that wherever we need it. And then family support services would be a little more restricted. And that would be able to use for any support that any of the families living on campus, if they need therapy, anything they need that we don't have a special fund for, that would support that. So.
Well, I sent out an email with that information on it and asking all of the chairmen to do one big last push, one more fundraiser. To see if we can't send in a little bit of money to try to help y'all tide over to the next team starts. Lisa, for your information, I've asked all of my chairmen if they're not involved with Buddy Poppy National Home next year, if they would volunteer to be mentors for your chairman. Hopefully that will add some continuity to the program as it moves forward. And we'll just see where it goes, but I think they'll all be glad to make themselves available. You might want to mention it to your chairman at the time that if you have any questions, go back and ask last year's chairman because they all are willing to help. They've done an outstanding year.
Thank you, Kathy, that's excellent.
Good. I also, I tried to tell them they're not teachers. They're my rock and roll educators because they've done an outstanding job this year teaching me. And I came into it like you all, wondering where I was going to go next. And I've learned so much from them. That's my biggest advice to you is open your ears and listen to what they got to say. Usually the troops on the front line have the best ideas.
Yeah. That I use that a lot at work. Those of us in the front lines, we're hearing what's going on,
Well, I've worked with a lot of good ones. I see New Jersey's on and she's done a lot of work this year also. Other thing I wanted, if you don't mind, if I'll just jump in here for a minute. Any of my chairmen that are on, don't forget to send me a note telling me that you are on. I'll remind you at the end of the meeting to to do that because I take that into consideration as I work with the trying to decide who's going to get what and where it's going to go. But I'm also looking to make sure that you get in your national award nominees in by the end of the month. I can't make a choice until you send them in. So if you haven't sent in your national award applications, please make sure you get those in as soon as you can. I'd appreciate it.
Perfect. And again, we'll send out this recording. It'll be quicker because than it's been the last few months because Megan is back.
Oh, yeah.
I told her to bring her baby to the meeting if she's there. I wanted to speak, Kathy, real quick about what you said about learning and talking. And I saw, this is just something how you sign up for one thing and then you get all the emails, but this is, who is it? Dr. Todd, I don't know. It's something speakers expert. And he has a quote here. It says, "Speaking is my superpower. I use it to educate, inspire, and improve lives." And I thought about this group and what we do. I thought that was really cool today. It kind of spoke to me.
Yeah. Did you ever hear back from that guy I gave you his business card?
Let's see. We met with him and
good.
then he had somebody in his team. And then Angie and I stepped back. She connected. We'll have to ask Angie today about that. She connected him with our helpline person because the helpline person is the one that would get those calls. So they then swapped, information.
What we're talking about for the rest of you is that when I was at our conference, South Carolina conference, they had somebody in from, I believe he's from Virginia, isn't he, Sue?
Yes.
And he was running a ranch for veterans that would help them in many areas, just like the National Home does, except they don't take children. It's only the veteran. It's not families. And so I thought it would be a good idea if they hooked up, because in order to go to the National Home, you have to have children. You have to have custody of a child. And so maybe they could help each other with their trying to draw on who they needed and so forth, residents. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sue, if you want me to talk on that, I can.
Go ahead, Ange.
So we reached out after you and I met with him, and he sent one of his counterparts, and Kayla and him talked. And so now we've added their resource to our list of resources that when somebody calls that doesn't have any kids and meets their criteria, we'll send them their way. And so they do have houses available for married couples without kids, and then for single soldiers, service members, veterans. So we've made the connection.
That's terrific. Thank you, Angie. I didn't want to get involved in it. That's why I dumped it on y'all's plate. The third person involved is not always good. I just wanted to know what the outcome was.
No,
Okay.
that's perfect. And Angie and I were talking earlier. Do you know Deb Halter? She's the national chaplain on the VFW side. She's from Missouri. She's been around quite a while. Anyway, Deb and I have known each other for a while, and we're connecting with the chaplains throughout the country. And she's invited Angie and Megan and I to join their training, their chaplain training. And it's all about that, Kathy. It's all about getting, educating people about the resource that we have.
Terrific.
So, and she's got a company a organization that she wants us to brief, just like we did with the one that you connected us to. So that's something else that we can, maybe speak a little bit more on. When an organization that, would be a good reference that we had, a resource, and vice versa. That's really.
Yeah, for my chairman, this all came about because I had a lot of questions on what can the National Home do for me in Alabama or wherever you may be. And so I got together with Sue, and this was one of the things that popped up, and I thought it was really good because that way there's another place on the East Coast if you're not on the family. If you don't have a family, it's just a veteran that can help you, and they can now resource that through the National Home, which is great.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Right. I was going to also mention to my chairman, on your way out the door, ladies and gentlemen, please push Homefront Heroes. They depend on that money for their budget. They can't spend money. They can spend money you send as a donation, then they appreciate it, but they cannot budget it to pay the bills. So please encourage your auxiliaries to continue the Homefront Hero program and to expand it so that we're sending money to help the National Home with their budget. And the donations are always accepted for all the different things, but the budget is what we wanted to concentrate on. And the way we can do that is by our auxiliaries becoming Homefront heroes. So that's another push we want to put in at the end of the year. Hi, Sandy.
And there's Megan with Mabel. She is on. So,
Oh, I see.
so just so everybody knows, the response with the recording will be much quicker than when it was on my plate. Because I had Megan back.
Are we
Oh,
gonna get to see the baby, Megan, or you just gonna feed her? Oh, how sweet.
yeah.
Oh, look at that. Is she cute? Oh my gosh, I love babies. Congratulations to you. That's wonderful.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
I'm gonna let the folks at the farm go first, Megan, then we'll come back around and chat, okay? So we have with us Angie again from the farm, and I'm gonna turn it over to them. I think the weather's holding out. It's not windy. When we tested the other day, it was very windy, so it was hard to hear, but I think it's good. So I'm gonna mute and turn it over to them, and they're gonna talk about 4-H and activities.
Sue, can you hear me? Is the video look okay?
Yes.
Oh. So as Sue said, we're down at the farm. The kids are down here doing chores. And if you see, we're in the big barn area because while I was watching the pigs outside, they broke loose. I was very scared. And so now they've all come in here to play. So and I'll kind of give you a little tour. I won't go too fast. Nancy, how many hogs total? 12? Yep, so there's 12 pigs and 7 kids showing them. And then there is 3 kids showing rabbits. And we have a rabbit out here that we'll show you guys too. But here's Layla, who, this is how, what year is this, you, Layla? This is her 2nd year showing a pig. Do you have one this year? She has 2 this year. So the kids come down here after school and they do all the chores. Some of the kids are in the barn right now cleaning up. And then Layla's out here playing with her pig. And one of the things that they learn is how to show them at the fair. So you can see Layla is trying to keep one of them all together in this little area. So they're cute. They've gotten really big.
Can you ask Nancy, when do we get the pigs delivered?
We get them delivered. It's about the 3rd. Is it the 3rd week in March? Yep. Yep. It's like the 3rd week in March. And usually the week before that, we get the bunnies.
And then they work with them and they show them in July?
Yep. At the Eaton County Fair.
So for those of you that don't know, that's the Montana.
Now I'll show you the bunny.
That's been the Montana, VFW Department of Montana has sponsored the farm for years.
This is one of our bunnies.
Aw. Who's holding the bunny? Introduce Nancy.
This is Miss Nancy. Nancy does all the 4-H for us. She is wonderful. She makes all of this happen.
So for the bunnies, they have to do a lot more memorizing because they have to examine the rabbit in front of the judge. And it's like 36 steps that they have to do all in order. Flip the bunny over and be able to handle them. So, but it's good for the younger kids. That's what we have 3 younger kids this year on the bunnies.
Yep. So the kids have to be 8 years and older to do 4-H. So is there any questions? We got more kids out here working with their hogs, pigs. What are they right now?
Do they sometimes
They're
have
just pig.
trouble parting with the pig?
Do they have what?
Have trouble parting with their pig?
Not usually.
Not usually.
they all know that that's, that's what happens, but I always
eat mine.
I always think that, these pigs have a much better life than pigs that are raised on a farm, especially a factory farm. So all the pigs go to the same place, but these guys at least have a good life.
That building right there, that the pen with the top on it. For those of you that know Nathan Sesko from Kentucky, he's the commander now. His group, he has been wonderful and coming to the home with using his company and some volunteers for, I don't know, he's probably been up 4 times and did different things. And that was one of them, is putting that top on, because when they're out there in July, it is hot, June and July. So that's just one of the things that Nathan did. Can you just like slowly pan the whole farm from where you're standing?
Yeah.
Those are just storage barns.
And back there, the white building, 57, that is where they keep the rabbits.
I think Nathan did that right before COVID hit, the summer before COVID, I think.
And then this white building right here is where the pigs are, where their pens are. But I would take you in there, but I lose service, so
Yeah.
can't take you in there.
And there's a house on the property too, and a staff member lives there. Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it.
yeah, behind that tree. That's. So we thought it would be fun to show the farm a little bit. Any questions for Angie and her crew? So this is funded through the activities fund. And again, we talk restricted. If you give just to 4-H, then that's all we can use it for. But if it's sent to the activity fund, then anything that Angie's education team is working on, other activities, it can be used, the funds can be used for that. So it's pretty well funded actually too, the activities. Anything else, Angie?
Nope, that was it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. So what you got, anybody? That was about, we just wanted to show the farm tonight. I think we'll do, we talked about doing the tribute park in May and the website. Are there any questions anybody has? We're just getting ramped up for a real busy season coming.
I know you said you were shorthanded when I would ask for a couple of reports, but everybody's a little curious about how successful we've been this year, like with Homefront Heroes and all of those other things. If you could get that out between now and Phoenix, I'd appreciate it, so I can let everybody know where they stood with that and how well they've
Sure.
done this year as a whole.
Sure.
And there was something else, but I forgot at the moment. Homefront Heroes.
I have a question about the tribute park.
Mhm.
I've been out there and I've asked several times about whether or not they've repainted the engraving on the bench that's right inside the tribute park on the left. It was put there by the Department of Delaware in honor of Ben Pernell, who was a longtime trustee.
Yeah, I remember you visited, I'm sure.
Well, I was just wondering if the letters have been repainted.
Boy, not that I'm aware of, but I'll have to check.
Because I even talked to, when I was out for Cootie Christmas, I even talked to the director. And he assured me he would make sure it got done, but.
Well, the problem here in Michigan is our season is so short. We're trying to get the tribute park as pretty as we can before Junior Vice. But I know that that was something that was talked about, so I'll have to, I don't think it's been done to my knowledge, but I'll check.
If not, I'll bring some mason paint out with me and do it myself. That way it gets done. Cause it's been looking very bleak for quite a few years.
Could you send your, in the comment section, send me your email address and contact
Sure.
information? That'd be great.
I was just there last week, I had some time to kill, and it hasn't been done. There's some in there that really do need to be done. We'll have to look at them.
Yeah. We're just the folks that, what do I want to say, place all that stuff, they're just getting on campus because we literally just had snow this week. So, yeah, we're, I noticed things that definitely need to be done too. So yes, please send me a note, in the comment section. And I'll follow up with you.
If you'll send me Sue that information on the Zoom meeting, I'll send it back out again. We don't have a very good turnout this time. I'm a little disappointed because I thought everybody would want to get in with the last word, but that's the way it is. Sometimes everybody gets tired at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, we'll go in May. I did get a lot of people said they were busy tonight, and I get it. I mean, we're just, we're hitting busy season. So we'll do one more and then we'll take a break for a few months. And like I said, everybody should be hearing from us. So if you're not, that means we don't have your email address because we
Right.
send out communication monthly. So
Yeah, you should hear from Sue or you should hear from me. Mine is, you would hear from me either a personal email from me or on the Facebook page for the ambassadors for Buddy Poppy National Home. I post both places. So if you're not getting anything from me, that's where it should be. And also, don't forget these last couple of months, this last fundraiser that we're looking to get done for, choose one of those categories that Sue named and go with it. And see if we can't do one last push with no reason not to do a little bit more work.
that's you, Kathy. That's you.
Sue, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, Sue. Yeah, this is Marilyn from Missouri. I'm on my phone tonight in my car, so I didn't know if I was connected or not. No, I have a question. Kathy was talking a few minutes ago about the Home Fred Heroes program and, the funds that are generated through that. Do those funds go somewhere specific? I mean, how is they allocated differently from regular donations?
I'm sorry, Homefront Hero?
Yes.
Yes.
That goes to general fund.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless it's specified, then it can go to other funds, but
Right.
yeah,
Well,
we don't like to restrict that.
No, that's fine. I was just curious because she was talking about the budget. So that's your general budget. I wasn't clear on if it was like the national home budget or, helping the families, but or what. So it's
Yeah,
the general
general
funds budget.
funds, yeah.
Okay. Okay, good deal.
But Marilyn, the
Yeah.
difference between the Home Fund Hero and the donations that you send in, when you send in donations, they don't know if they're coming. National Home doesn't know it's gonna come ahead of time. but
Correct.
Donate through the when you
I
donate
see.
or make a commitment through Home Front Heroes, they know it's coming and they depend on it because you're making a commitment that it's going to be there. And so they know even if you're sending $10, that's $10
Yeah.
more than they had before. And so that's
Gotcha.
what and just a minute, since we're not too busy, $10 is a lot of money. And not too long ago at my church, they talked about the Bishop's Fund. And he stood up and he talked about this old man who wanted to ride a biplane. And every year he and his wife would go to the circus, to the fair, and he'd want to ride this biplane. But every year his wife said, no, you're too old and it's too much money. And he just said, she would never let him go. So on his 80th birthday, they got to the fair and he started again. He wanted to ride the biplane. So the pilot said, I'll tell you what, I'll let you both ride for $10 each, as long as you don't say anything once you get up there. He said they both agreed. So they went up and he did curlicues and ups and downs and everything else. They got back to the ground. Pilot turned around, he was helping the old man out and he says, where's your wife? Oh, she fell out of way back, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. $10 is $10. So send
No,
your
I'm-
$10 in.
I'm very glad to get that clarification because I'm gearing up for quite a few things. As a matter of fact, this Saturday, I've got a big Veterans Resource Fair going on at the Jefferson City Post here in Missouri, my home post. I've got over 24 vendors coming for that, veteran vendors and veteran service officers, anything that can service the veterans. And then, I've got some other events and things coming up that I always have a national home table. I'll always do that. But to know, where that fund goes and the Homefront Heroes Fund, how that helps to generate the general budget,
Yeah.
that'll help to know.
We're doing budget right now, and it's kind of amazing when you look at that place, and there is very little consistent income that comes in. I mean, that we can
Wow.
say, we got this, and
Right.
the rest of it is all, when we put our budget together, it's averages from, the past, and
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
so it's very interesting.
I bet.
Very interesting, a little nerve wracking sometimes, because when you want
Wow.
to be doing new things, you have to put yourself out there. So
Yeah.
you've done a great job pushing that, Kathy. You're gonna be the Homefront Hero Queen.
I don't know about that, but
They-
I'll continue pushing it because it's hard to do a budget just at the auxiliary level.
Yeah,
Only the income, you
Yeah.
can't count on anything else. And so sometimes it gets very difficult. So
yeah,
I push that a lot. I believe in the Homefront Heroes.
yeah,
I-
that's
Do,
great.
do the individuals that participate in the Homefront Heroes, do they have to be National Home members? I mean, I know you prefer them to be, but do they
No,
have
we
to
don't
be?
prefer them to be.
Okay,
Nope.
okay, okay,
Anybody can do it.
okay.
Your
Got
Sunday
it,
school-
got
your Sunday school class can do it.
Yep.
Yep. Okay,
Yep, make
to
sure,
know.
Marilyn, if you need anything for that, just let me know. I need to talk to you about September anyway, here coming up, so.
That's fine.
You've been on my to-do list.
Yeah, I've tried to call you the other day too and didn't get through, and I've been swamped. I've been busy, so I didn't get a chance to call you back.
Yeah.
But I did get some materials ordered.
Oh, good.
And they just arrived. I think they just came. I think it was, what was it, Monday? Yeah, I think it was either Saturday or Monday. I got those. So
Good.
yeah,
Yeah, you can encourage your people, Kathy, to go to the promotion page and order. We have some new fundraising posters that we just did. They kind of look like the trustees that are on, they resemble the new pop-ups that we have. They're kind of, I call it like a clean, crisp look, which I'm totally into. I love that look. So it's on our promotion page, right, Megan? Go to promotion material.
Yeah, would you like me to screenshot or screen share it?
Can
oh,
you?
what a pretty
Mabel,
baby.
could you do that, Mabel?
I think you have to give me hosting real quick.
Sweet,
I
sweet
ordered
baby.
some of them. I
Let's
ordered
just
some
look
of
at the
them last
baby.
night.
Let's just look at the baby.
He's pretty
What-
great.
What am I doing?
I think you have to make me a host.
Oh my goodness, so sweet.
Why am I,
She looks like her mommy.
Aw.
Yes.
where do I see that?
Oh,
View? Oh,
I might be able to reclaim host. Let me see if I can do that.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. And then my bar is looking different and I don't want to cut everybody off. Chat.
You know, I just took it away from you. I'm hosting.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm just gonna screen share this real quick. This is our landing page. I gotta get this out of my way. And I believe under you can help, right here at the bottom, it says order promotional items.
mhm.
mm-hmm.
This is a form where you can fill out and then choose. We've got brochure cards, eligibility cards, our life member apps, reply envelopes that are also where you can purchase bricks in the tribute park. And then we have new fundraising posters right here. They're beautiful. they match our strategic plan and all of that new branding we've got going on. And
Isn't I'm sorry, if you can roll back up to the reply envelopes, that's where it's the $100 bricks, the Homefront Hero, and what else? You
What-
said
what was that?
tribute
Sorry.
card. What's that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Homefront Hero and the tribute brick.
Right.
Yes,
That's what's
yeah,
there. Yes.
they're all in that envelope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw your order, Sandy. So did you get some posters too?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited to see that last night.
Yeah. So
That was good. And
yeah,
it was so easy to do, just really easy. 1, 2, 3.
to order them. Yeah. that's
Yes,
great.
everything. And you get your little thank you with everything. Yeah, it was great.
Perfect.
Did you also want me to go over the blog?
Do you have a few more minutes, everybody?
Just since we're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, just, I mean, thanks to Angie, I mean, we've just been able to get some great stories of what's happening, and Angie and I have been working very close together and trying to get those stories, so there's that information for you folks to share, because it's all about the mission and what we're doing. So we're trying to get 1 or 2 a month out, and they're shared on the blog, and then Megan will do a Facebook post with the link that will take you to the website. So go ahead and
So if you're ever wondering what's happening here and you want to share some information, you can go right here to news and events. And there you go. I believe my page is loading. Oh, we are there. Gee, okay. So these are our most recent blogs that we have posted. Like Sue said, we're trying to do 1 or 2 a month. So we've had a lot of really great stuff going on campus. So this is a story about our peer, I'm forgetting.
support specialist.
Yeah, I'm forgetting his official title, but he works at our Veteran Resource Center. He's been a great asset to our team. We also have started a Guitars for Vets program. So there's a blog about that. We've got our donor spotlights are featured here every year. We do, or every twice a year. Twice a year. We do a printed newsletter that gets mailed out. We always have a donor spotlight featured in that. So we also put that here.
Something else that we'll do in May is, and maybe I mentioned that earlier, when I'm done in the tribute park, then I'll hand it over to Megan, and she will go through the store and the items that are available to purchase in the store. We just got some hats in, which Mike's really excited about, and he ordered some white ones. He said women like white ones, so there's white ones with red logos that are really sharp. So that'll be
them.
Yep, brand new. And then we got a few new items from the original order that we placed last year. I think some different colors. So the tunics and the what do you call that? Annabelle, you like them. What are they
The
called?
cardigans.
Cardigans, yes.
The cardigans.
Mhm.
Yeah, the cardigans. So
I think all this is really great, and I'm glad because I think it's good for everybody to see it. But Lisa, if I were in your shoes, I'd be getting with Sue right as soon as you go in and have her set up a Zoom meeting covering all of this information with all of your chairmen. And you can't make it mandatory that they attend, but I'd certainly tell them you'll get bonus points by attending, because this is the kind of stuff you start the year with. Unfortunately, we're ending it with, but it'd be much better to be able to start the year with it. So I would certainly, if I were you, that's what I would do. I mean, because Sue's got an abundant information, and most information you can find yourself if you just know where to go.
yeah.
It would be to your benefit to get them all in there to see this.
And as
Well,
we
to
Thanks,
follow-
Kathy. I plan on doing this. I loved it when Donna Ralston started it.
Yes.
Well, to follow up with that, Kathy, what I've tried and worked very hard to do is I try to keep it perpetual within my department, within Missouri. Try to keep it perpetual, that there's always something to report on. There's always something that's going to be, the next mission, the next thing they're working on. Because, very easily, they can focus on other needs and other things that the VFW is known for. So you know, I work to kind of keep it perpetual, keep it going, keep it there for them. So they know there's constant need. There's something that we need to constantly be doing.
Well, I tell everybody in my auxiliary, nobody ever listens to me. I'm an old woman now, but the important part about the whole thing is I hate it when I hate it when a program chairman stands up and says, I have nothing to report. I absolutely.
I do too.
It is
Yep.
my pet peeve. I can't stand
Yep.
it because the VFW auxiliary there should be something, even if you didn't do anything, you're planning something. And the point
Sure.
is to make sure that the information is always out there at your down at that auxiliary level, at the auxiliary meeting. And I made my chairman at my meetings this year. You should talk about that national home every single time. I don't care if you don't have anything to say, you talk about what it's for. Because there's always somebody that doesn't know what it's for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I think the biggest challenge is the way the VFW and the auxiliaries, these positions changing all the time. I mean, that makes it really, really challenging. It
Well,
really,
Mhm.
we've got to, we can put a jump on this, Lisa, between you and I, because now that we know who know each other, you can figure out how to reach me. I can answer some questions and let you know exactly where my pitfalls were. Maybe you can avoid them.
I
And
love that.
You have a better year than I have.
Thank you. I will bug your ears.
I love that idea that you mentioned early, Kathy, is the mentoring. And that's something that if you two set that up, then you can just keep passing it on if that position changes. Because you put a lot of work into it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I've encouraged all of them, and even if they're not asked to be a mentor, everybody should don't hesitate to go and help somebody else. And you know more, you had a whole year of learning this National Home Buddy Poppy program. So don't hesitate to go and talk to them if they're the new one on the block. It's important. Continuity.
Yeah, that's great. Anything else? All right.
Chairman that are on, send me a note that you're on Zoom tonight so I can give you credit for it. And that's something else you might want to think about, Lisa. When you make your do your presentation and so forth, if Sue's willing to continue all these Zoom meetings, you can tell them that you have to have at least 4 of them in or something during the year. I don't know, however you would do it. Can they do that, Sandy? Can they make something like this? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, she should be able to, even though her program is probably already set up, as you know.
You know what? I still have time to change my slides. I'll do it.
Good. All right, guys.
Kathy,
Yes, ma'am.
you said for the chairman to contact you, that they get credit. Is that auxiliary, VFW, or everybody?
It's anybody. If my chairman is not able to attend and their senior vice attends, I'm assuming they're communicating with each other, and that serves the purpose.
Okay, or how do we contact you?
Okay.
By email?
FARLEYC as in cat, W as in wagon, B as in
Okay,
at gmail.com.
at Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
FARLEYC is in Charlie, W is in whiskey, B is in Bravo at gmail.com.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. More than welcome.
Give me that one more time and I'll put it in the chat. Then it'll be in the recording and everything. I should
Good
know
job.
it, but
That's okay. Kathy Farley, email FARLEYCWB@gmail.com.
okay.
And anybody has any questions or needs any help, I'm more than happy to do it any way I can.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, and like I said, I think I just think back through the years. As a matter of fact, I just told someone the other day, I said, there was a time that in my life that I could have benefited from the national home. But the person that I went to didn't know to direct me there. And, you know, I said, that is why I keep doing this. You know, we don't want to ever have a veteran or veteran's family that doesn't get this assistance, doesn't get this help that is so valuable and can make such a huge difference in their lives. You know, that is what drives me,
Yeah.
because there's somebody out there, and if we don't tell them, if I don't educate, you know, I'm the chairman for the state. If I can't educate my VFW and auxiliary members, the comrades and auxiliary members and sisters, then, you know, I'm not doing my job. And I do my darndest, because everyone says, you know, I don't shut up about it, but I don't intend to, because somewhere, somehow, they're going to be talking to somebody that can use this service. And if I don't educate them, if I don't let them know, that person's not going to get help.
Yeah.
Keep the help card in your wallet. So
Yes,
you
ma'am,
can
I
take it
do.
out immediately. And
Yes,
you
I
know
do.
what, Mary, you're not alone. The department chairman of South Carolina for Buddy Puppy National Home. If her mother had known about the VFW National Home, she would not have been put up for adoption.
Yes. Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
mother could not take care of her. She's been the chairman for 9 years now, I think. She's
Sure. Sure.
You know who I'm talking about? Suzanne Taylor Sue. Does the name ring a bell?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she's been at it a long time. This is her heart and soul. She loves this
Yeah,
thing. this
that's
organization.
awesome.
Yep.
I told a
Yep.
group, thanks for bringing that up, Marilyn, because I was talking to a group a couple of weeks ago that visited, and I said, you know, I don't just ask for money either. Go back to your state, go back to your community and find those people that need help. We have 7 available homes right now, you know, so they laugh.
7,
because
okay.
It's all, you know,
Okay.
I'm always about, you know, asking for projects and that kind of thing, but yeah, and you're gonna see a big push on that too, because that's a very important part of our strategic plan is
Yeah.
to reach those folks.
And
as a matter of fact,
we can't do it alone.
Lisa, Lisa,
in the
one of
last
the-
couple,
go ahead.
sorry. In the last couple of days, I've been contacted actually by the county family services office. She has a young veteran family, and I spoke with them a couple of times. They've got just a whole list of things that have, you know, the Murphy's Law has really taken them in the last year or so real bad. And they would so much benefit from being there, but he just won't leave. He's very close to his grandmother. I guess the grandmother is ailing and needs some help, and you know, he doesn't want to leave grandma. So you know, they think they're going to stay here, but I told them, I gave them the number, and I said, you can always call, because I said, there's other resources they may be able to help you with where you don't have to leave the state of Missouri.
Yep. And we
So,
run into that a lot. I mean, it's not
yes,
the right,
yes.
the right move, but
right. Yeah.
great.
So,
And you had something
you
else,
know.
Kathy?
Well, I was just going to say to Lisa was that one of the things that happened to me years ago, and it shocked me, was I went to speak to a Blue Star group, Blue Star Moms Families group, about membership. And I happened to mention the National Home, and they stopped in the meeting and they said, what is the National Home? What are you talking about? And I felt like, oh my gosh, these are the people we should be reaching out to. They should know what our story is without us having to go in there and tell them. And so that's a big push. And I always try to tell people, join up with the membership chairman, be a part of it, and go when they go to these other military organizations, and make sure you tell the news of the National Home.
Yep.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Kathy, thank you for that input, but I think the trustee from Keith Jackson has some questions.
Sue, Keith has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Keith.
Hey, Sue, thank you. Hey, first of all, I think we all should recognize that the president of our board, Annabelle Ferguson, is here, and it's great to see you, Annabelle. And also we have Sandy Krubal, one of our great leaders of our trustees. So it's good to see you, Sandy, also. So, and I just want to let you all know that you guys got a great board, and with Annabelle and Sandy and many others, it's a really great team, and Sandy's doing an awesome job getting ready for the big 125 or 100 years, I'm sorry, of the National Home. So the board is really engaged. They're doing a lot of great things, and I apologize, Annabelle, if I'm stealing your thunder, but I just want you guys to know that you do have a great board, a team that is really working great together. And I think over the next several years, you guys will actually see the benefits of the team that you have in place right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Kathy?
I'm here too.
Oh, hi, Shirley.
Keith, you forgot me.
Shirley, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I see everybody, all these screens. I didn't see you. I was actually focusing on Megan's baby, to be honest.
Oh.
Okay, Kathy, anything else on your end?
Nope, just keep up the work. We're not
All
done.
right.
Don't quit until you leave
Right.
office on June.
Thanks so much, Kathy. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right,
don't-
everybody, have a great
All right.
rest of your week on a good note.
Bye-bye,
All
everyone.
right, Sue.
Thanks,
Thank
Sue.
you. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.